Alright, welcome back. This is my second ROM review. This is going to be MIUI. I think it's 1.3.11. As usual, I'm going to do my triple data wipe. You can wait. It's going to be like a good 3 minutes till the ROM's actually booted up. Okay. Sorry, my friend, he wanted to check out how MIUI looks. MIUI, whatever you want to call it. So I was telling him it's a very well done ROM. Built by, from what I understand, like a group of 20 Chinese hackers. They just work as a team. And they put it up, open source it, and we've got 2 good devs porting it over to Droid 1 for us. We are very appreciative. We're going to format system just twice. Data's the one you want to format anyways. Data and cache. Okay. Software SD card, the install folder, and D1 MIUI 1.3.11. Let's install it. There it is, TP4 Bama and Jamazel. No idea if I'm saying that right. Those are the 2 people who port over the MIUI ROM for the original Droid. Best phone out there, if you ask me. As usual, copying over 70 megs of content isn't that quick on what I've heard is a internal flash memory that runs at class 2 SD card speeds. Thanks Motorola for that. Quick flash memory. Alright, we're all done. Time to boot up, and as usual, we'll time it. It started right around 22.
Oh, there goes the ambient light sensor, the little vibrate that tells you it's almost there, and done. That looked like it was right at the top, so a minute 38. This is a Froyo build, by the way. I'm going to do the regular tap the top left, top right, bottom left, corners of the screen to skip through the Google sign-in that no one really cares about. First things with this, we have this different launcher, which doesn't actually have an app drawer. All the apps you have installed on your ROM. Sweet, I got a text. Or don't talk to me, that's cool. That's my girlfriend. She's wondering why I'm not responding to her. Whoops. Hey, we got a charge the battery pack warning, by the way. It displays every app that you have installed, no matter what. It has the nice little clock there. Much like if you slide to the left from Apple's main home screen, you have your search, which is just Google search. Yeah, sure, give it permission. And then you have a blank home screen over here. Alright. MIUI has quite a few things that they have completely reprogrammed themselves. They have the phone app, which has what I enjoy, groups. I don't know, obviously I have any contacts because I haven't synced with Google. But there's their default phone app. There's a messaging app, which looks different. There, once again, is my girlfriend complaining. Things that you can do with this. It has automatic pop-ups, which I'm sure you saw earlier. It'll pop up. One thing, if you do the slide-out keyboard, the launcher is locked in portrait mode, and you will not be able to use the slide-out keyboard and have the screen rotate on an SMS pop-up. So that's kind of disappointing. You'll have to just like tilt your head and act like you know what's going on. You can theme, you can change the background here and the background here to separate things. You can see they're separate already. Anyways, that's enough with that. We're going to try and get through this quick, see if music is loaded or anything. Still has not. Very disappointing. Oh! Yes, it has. 100 years, fight for fighting. It does not want to play. There it is. Alright, one thing you'll notice when you select a song, it just acts like it's playing. It doesn't show anything down here. We got this music button over here. And we can push that, and it brings up our music player. I pushed it twice, because I'm awesome. And we have 2 main screens. This first one should be loading lyrics. Second one shows your playlist, and you just slide back and forth, which is nice. I don't really like their shuffle and repeat thing, because it's the same button. Why did they do that? I don't know. So there's the music player. You have your status bar widgets. You can't change them or edit them. It's just, they come how they are. And they're at the bottom instead of the top, which we see with most of our ROMs. They included a MIUI gallery, which is just, it looks like the iPhones it has. You can see them all at once in a tiled view as opposed to, and scrolling up and down as opposed to what Google does. That's about it for their own applications. Their settings are redesigned too. That is all pretty standard. One great thing about this, you've got a do not disturb mode, which you can set to do different things when you don't want people disturbing you. Theme manager. It's similar to the T-Mobile theme manager. I think it actually might use the same infrastructure. I'm not quite sure. You can easily theme on the go the entire ROM. Some nifty little animations for the home screen. Makes it lag. I usually don't use them. Let's see what else we got. This is all pretty standard. Battery settings. One cool thing it has. Percentage, just changes that to a percent icon. And top bar. The green bar on the top is just how much battery you have left. I usually don't use it because I like numbers. I like to see exactly what I have left. Sure, Network Diagnostics does a great job, just like Windows Vista. And that's about it. One feature that is sweet, that can work with a password if you set one, is visitor mode. I will hide texts and calls, so now if I go into messages, you don't see that text from my girlfriend. If I were to have made a call, that would have been cleared. You wouldn't see that at all. And coming out of visitor mode, you can set a password for that to require a password to leave visitor mode. So that's great if your friend wants to use it and you have text you don't want them to see, or your parents want it, and you just turn that on quickly. Alright, now we're going to do some benchmarks. But remember, this is Froyo, so it's going to be a little different.
Alright, I had forgot to install Titanium Backup again, because I'm sweet like that. Anyways, as you can see, no app drawer. The apps just appear on the home screen. We are going to hope there is a 600 megahertz slot on this kernel so I can match it up to... There is! Perfect! Although the governor doesn't matter if I lock the speed. Oh, kind of nice. When you hold the home button in this, it shows more apps, and you have a app manager and task killer, which are both just the default Android actions, but it's different, it's new, I like it. Little in-pack. I'm going to turn on airplane mode. Doesn't have the fuzzy thing that slows down the power menu like Pete's ROM does.
Alright, first benchmark is 600 megahertz. We're comparing this to around 8.5 to 8.9 with Pete's. Let's see what we get on this one. First one's 8.8, which for a first run is pretty good. I think that might have been the exact same, 8.814. .836. This is going to be our last one. So far, this is definitely faster than Pete's GPA13, which is strange, because he has his no lag kernel, another 8.8, so we're just going to go with the averages being a little above 8.8, maybe 8.1.
Gonna launch Quadrant and let that run. Anyways, it's strange that this ROM was faster because it's Froyo, which has less optimization than Gingerbread. In addition, it is using the non-optimized kernel. So, not really sure why it was getting higher scores, but hey, that's good. Whew. 785. That is solid. That is a solid score at the speed we were running at. Alright, we're going to go ahead and reboot and install a RaidZero 800 megahertz kernel so we can test the differences between the ROMs and not just the kernels. For some reason, that ROM just thought I tried to restart the benchmark. I did not. Oh well. I am rebooting anyways. Alright, well, it does stuff like mount the SD card and scan through it and do all its initial, I just booted up stuff. I'm going to go ahead and stop recording and come back in like 3 minutes. Okay, bye. Alright, it's been about 2 minutes. Go into airplane mode, launch set CPU, 800 megahertz. Again, don't know why I'm putting it on the interactive governor, just because I want to.
And benchmarks. We're comparing this to 11.4 through 11.6 with Pete's GPA 13 on the very same kernel we're using now. So that falls right in the average. Also right in the average. Well, at least we're getting consistent scores.
Okay. They all fall within the same range Pete's fell in, although I'd say they're slightly higher. Pete had some more in the 11.4 range.
These are definitely more consistent. Both in the 600 and 800 megahertz trials is either always 8.8 blank blank or 11.5 blank blank, while Pete's would vary up to 0.4. Don't really know what would affect that. Whether I'm still, I don't know. We're going to compare this to an 894 from GPA 13.
Because this ROM beat Pete's by like 100 at 600 megahertz, I'm feeling like we're gonna get a good score. It might even hit 1,000, which at 800 megahertz is fairly solid. There's 3G, and we get 921. Still definitely higher. Didn't beat it by as much as I expected. Oh well. Let's see how much free system space we had on this ROM. Looks like we have only 12 megs free. That's really not much. But this ROM is so feature packed that I would understand why.
Alright, well that's about everything I'm going to cover. I'm going to give it some ratings. As far as features go, I'm going to have to give this 9, maybe 9.5 out of 10. Just 'cause it's got about everything you'd want. I mean, I don't know if I pointed out, the lock screen has messaging, which I accidentally just threw up all the way there. It also has phone, and then you can double tap the lock to bring up the music controls, and it has a nice little visualization for the sound playing. So it's a great lock screen. Anyways, 9.5 out of 10. Features, benchmarks, let's give it a 6, because it was better than Pete's ROM, which I gave a 5. For theming, this is one of the best for theming. It loves to go into portrait or landscape mode there. Don't know why. Let's get it back. You can theme the MMS app. You can theme the whole system, including the lock screen, everything, very easily. You can go on and actually download Theme Manager. There's an online option, and you can go and download tons of themes and then edit each part of the theme individually. So 9 or 10 for theming. It's Android 2.2. I'm not sure. I think it's 2.2.1, which means it doesn't. Yeah, 2.2.1. It doesn't have the MMS fix, which means you might, very rarely, you might be sending text to different people than you intended them to, and Android won't notify you about it. That's depressing. It's got a default 800 megahertz kernel that runs at 600 megahertz unless you change it with set CPU. It runs fairly smooth. And it's got its own MIUI theme as default. You'll notice very iPhone-like settings and options, and you even have the little triggers. You can move back and forth to enable and disable options. Anyways, this is a solid ROM. They're going to Gingerbread soon, and I'll definitely be testing that out right when it comes, and I'll upload it here. I have used this ROM. It's usually not my daily. It's just, it's nice. A lot of people use it for their daily. I know when Gingerbread comes out, I probably will use this more. Anyways, overall, probably an 8 out of 10, just because of all the work that's clearly put into it. It is a great ROM. Alright, that was MIUI 1.3.11. Thank you.